Alright, hi. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on selections and masking and the different ways you can make selections. This is probably going to be part one of a series of tutorials just because there's so many ways of making selections in Photoshop. There are probably about maybe 6 or 7 different kinds of selections you can make, and a few masks just to extract objects from images. There's the marquee tools, the lasso tools over here in the toolbox, the magic wand tool, and quick selection tool. Got the quick mask mode, obviously the pen tool, which has a lot of control to it, and there's slightly more advanced selections, channel-based selections, and also there's a color range you can use as well, which I'll go into later on in tutorials. Today I'm just going to cover extracting an image from a background using a selection, and also using a layer mask, and the difference between the two and why you'd use them. So to start with, find an image like this one, and we'll just make a quick selection around it using the quick selection tool, and it's basically just to show the difference between different kinds of ways of selecting. If you've gone over a bit, just press Alt on your keyboard, or Option if you're using a Mac, just to refine that selection. So now you've got that selected roughly around there. Press V on your keyboard to get to Move tool. Click and drag that. Click and drag that into the other document which you have here, and as you can see, that has been brought into this new document. So if you go back to the original image, what you can see is that it's just copied that image. It hasn't actually cut it out, it's just made a copy of it. So the thing about this is it's kind of permanent, because if you've made any mistakes in your selection, if you've missed parts out, this is quite an accurate selection of this bird, but if you've, say, missed out a bit of a feather or missed out some tail, there's no real way of changing that apart from reselecting it, going back and reselecting it. So this is one way of making this selection. Now the other way, the next way, is to get rid of that, is to press Ctrl D to deselect that. You click and drag the whole image into here, to this layer, and just add a layer mask. This is a mask which is a completely non-permanent way of making a selection. If you know how layer masks work, you'll know if you press B on the keyboard, get into brush, black will cover up or reveal the background, so it will cover up the image, and you can just go around the bird, cutting away everything that you don't want. Obviously you're going to need to go in with smaller brushes, soft and hard brushes, just to make an accurate cut around of the object that you're removing from the background. Obviously the benefit of this is that you can go back and change it, because it's just a layer mask. This information has been added here, so you can come back and change it again. The way you do that is press X on the keyboard to get to white. Just swap your foreground and background colours. Make sure they are on black and white. And say you cut out that bit and you've removed a bit of the tail in this bit. If you put it onto white, you can just bring that back again, bring that part back again, bring that again. So you can go in with great detail and make quite an accurate cutout of the image that you're cutting out from the background. Okay, so that's pretty much selections versus masking. The other thing, which is a really great technique, is to make a selection Just hide that over your image like this one. And a quick tip, if you've made a selection and you don't want to just make the selection again, just to save some time, go into select and reselect, and that will make the last selection that you made appear here. And now what we can do is we can add a layer mask to that, which will get rid of the background, and have so you've made a selection and you've got a layer mask. So it's basically both in two. It's like a complete combination of the two. It's got the benefits of both. You can make a quick selection and add a layer mask. So if you want to go back and add a little bit in there, say around here, it's a bit weird and you want to cut that out a bit, or maybe make a bit of a change there, you can do that as well. You can also just click and drag this into your into the image you wanted to change around. Put that in there. So you've got the added benefit of being able to use the layer mask, and it's got the selection around it. So basically this is the beginnings of selections and maskings. One technique, which is how you can remove one object from a background. I think this will be part one because there's